we've been engaged for 53 years. That's what he said as he was walking his bride to the courthouse. He was wearing a New York Knicks jersey and his suit jacket, holding the hand of the woman who has been waiting 53 years to be married. Now, I'm thinking to myself, if they got engaged when she was 20, she's now 73. If they got engaged when she was 17, she's now 70. They built a life together. And for 53 years, she was engaged to a man that couldn't even take 15 minutes at the courthouse to marry her. If you're new here, welcome to Heal the New Sexy, where we discuss all things healing, self-love, and relationships. My name is Cynthia. I'm a licensed therapist and coach, and I want to talk about this. I want to talk about specifically to the women, right, who know deep down, right, that this man is not going to propose. And so you are hoping, waiting that one day he will change his mind as it relates to marriage. You are essentially performing for him. You are doing everything you can to prove that you are a good woman. And the truth is, you already know that he's not going to marry you. And I don't want to seem harsh, but what I want for you is to be in a relationship with a man that loves you, adores you, and is eager to change your last name if that's what you want, okay? Many of us have been taught to wait on a man. Wait for a man to shoot his shot. Wait for him to call you. Wait for him to ask you on a date. And ultimately, wait for him to marry you. But for some of you, as it relates to the waiting, it starts to get confusing. You're building a life together, but whenever you're having the conversation about marriage, all of a sudden he tells you he's not ready yet, or it's not a good time, or he wants to get his money together. There's goals that he wants to reach or needs to reach before you guys get married. Meanwhile, time is passing. You're getting older, not in a negative way, because we don't believe in ageism over here. You may have had his children. This young lady that I'm talking about that waited for 53 years, was engaged for 53 years, she could have had a child. She could have grandchildren, and her child and her grandchildren can all be adults. And yet she waited to be married. And this is the thing, right? There's somebody who will probably say, particularly a man, well, you know, marriages don't last that long. I mean, they were together for 53 years. So, that relationship lasted longer than most marriages today. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. But this is the thing. You and I, we're women. We know how people look down on her. We know the anxiety that she experienced watching her friends, watching her children's friends, or even her children get married. Matter of fact, we know how it may have felt even watching her grandchildren get married. And we know as women the fear that we have that one day it will never happen. We have been conditioned to esteem marriage. Now imagine this young lady, she may have been married in 1953, where marriage was a norm, where there was a high rate of marriage, and for 53 years, she was engaged. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. See, what I want for you is to know and to understand is that healthy relationships require complicated and difficult conversations. Healthy relationships have a clear timeline of how they're going to move from one level to another. Healthy relationships are not held hostage by one person. That's not how a healthy relationship works. And if you are with a man that is holding the progress of the relationship hostage, then that is not the man that you should give not one more second of your life. Now, I get it. Many of you are saying, but Cynthia, I love him. But my question to you is, does he love you enough that he would give you 15 minutes of his life at a courthouse? That he would honor you in front of his family and his friends, and your family and your friends? Because you are giving of yourself in this relationship You are sacrificing yourself, probably over-functioning, over-giving, self-abandoning in this relationship. Do y'all remember Chrissy and Jim Jones? Y'all remember that from Love and Hip Hop New York? Baby, I used to love me some Chrissy. She wanted marriage. She wanted it. He wasn't willing to do it. He was not willing to do it. And I remember her mentioning, I remember seeing a clip recently of her saying, Jim came into my life when my mother died. And that may be the case for some of you. This person, this man came into your life at the time in which such tragedy happened. And so now you're like, Cynthia, I cannot imagine my life without them. Chrissy eventually got to the point where she said, you know what, forget it. She moved from New York to Miami. She said things are better here now because he has to come down here and see me. He has to pursue me. But we watched Chrissy propose to Jim. Propose marriage to him because that is what she wanted. We see him confess his love for her. But I am asking, I'm curious, right, as to if he loved her the way that he said he loved her. And I don't know how long it's been. I don't know. Let me see when Love and Hip Hop New York first came out. I know it came out, I was in college. 2011. It's been 15 years. Now imagine, the first episode was in 2011. They probably had that conversation before 2011. Do you see what I'm saying? If you're in a relationship with a man and you know within your heart of hearts he's not going to propose, it's very important that you find a therapist or find a coach because you need help with boundaries. And you may say, Cynthia, why do you see it as a boundary? Because you're allowing him to be present in a relationship and to take from you without the security of marriage, if that is what you want. One of the Hill Squad members said that when she first started dating the man that she was with, he told her, within 6 months, I will know if I want to be married to you or not. She said, Cynthia, it's been 2 years. I told her there's some decisions that you have to make. There's some decisions that you have to make. I really believe even before you go exclusive, first of all, I believe a woman needs to have her own timeline. Okay? So whether it's he needs to propose to be, we need to be exclusive by 6 months, by 9 months, he needs to propose, and we need to be doing premarital therapy with a year of within a year. So 6 months exclusive, 9 months proposal, 1 year. We need to secure the date for our wedding. And either on the 1 year mark where we secure the date for our wedding, that may be the wedding for our family and friends. And within 15 months, we are going to the courthouse to be married, because that would have been 6 months from us being engaged and premarital counseling. You need to have your own timeline. Many of us are not encouraged to have our own timeline. We are encouraged to wait and to have boundaries. Not wait, we're just encouraged to wait on the man to make a decision on when the relationship is going to move forward. And that's why I say you need boundaries. You need timeline boundaries, okay? I'm doing a course on July the 18th, and it's titled The Girlies Need Boundaries. The link is going to be down below in the description. We are not just talking about timeline boundaries. We're talking about boundaries as it relates to finances, boundaries as it relates to sex. We're not talking about just boundaries so that you know them. Many women know their boundaries, but as it relates to implementing your boundaries, that's where you need help, and that's where I'm going to help you. I have a coupon code right now. It's 15 off, 15 off, and it'll give you $15 off as it relates to registering for the course. Now it's for a limited time only, that discount, so you want to be sure that you register today, okay? So if you are a woman and you're in a relationship with a man and you desire to be married and he is not showing up as if that is something that he wants, first, I want you to seek clarity. I want you to have a very clear conversation with him about where the relationship is going. Hey, I love you so much. This has been wonderful. I have been imagining a future together. You and I have been building a life, and I thought by now that we would be married. Now, this is the thing. I don't believe in saying we will be engaged. No, you want to be married. Don't have a conversation about when we're going to be engaged. No, when are we going to be married? When are we going to be married? Okay. I think that you need to make your mind up. And this is going to be hard for some of you to hear, and it's going to be harder for some of you to implement. And if you need assistance with this, I encourage you to schedule a coaching call with me so that I can walk you through this. Some of you are going to have to walk away. Many of us have stayed too long in relationships that weren't serving us. You've overgave, you've overfunctioned, you're taking care of his children, right? You've either had children by him or you're taking care of your bonus children. You've fallen in love with his mother. You've moved in with him. You socially may be seen as his wife. He may say, oh, that's wifey, but he is not making any steps and he is not motivated to marry you. He's not motivated to marry you. He's very comfortable in how things are. He may even be like, well, why would we mess things up? These are very good. And you are dealing with how you are feeling emotionally. You are the one that is struggling internally with, why won't he marry me? He says I'm a good woman. He says I love him. I'm doing everything to please him. I'm doing everything he asked me to do. Why won't he marry me? He has no motivation to. Now, I feel like this saying is disrespectful when they say, well, why purchase the cow if you can get the milk for free? First of all, I feel that's extremely disrespectful, right? Because it's minimizing you to an object. But what I do truly believe is that in summary, you have to have boundaries even around what you are willing to offer in a relationship at certain times of the relationship. Many women are raised to be overgiving. So you lead with labor in a relationship. You lead with giving in a relationship. You lead with serving in a relationship because you were taught that this is what a man will want. But if you're honest with yourself, where has that gotten you? Outside of being depleted, outside of being frustrated, outside of feeling like you're being taken advantage of. And then that ultimately leads to what? Resentment. Now you're resenting him. You're feeling bitter because you, right? And it always comes back to us. We have to be accountable for how we are living or how we're showing up in relationships because you are fearful that if you tell him exactly what it is that you want and he tells you no, you are fearful to walk away. Sometimes the greatest gift that you can give yourself is freedom. Because if your boyfriend is not motivated, he should be eager to want to marry you. You're doing everything that this man wants. You're supporting him. You are loving him down. You are helping him as it relates to his dreams. Maybe he's launching a business or he's studying for school and you're his study partner. You're making the flashcards. His mother is sick. You're the one being there helping her and taking her to her appointments. You're the one who helped her after her surgery. You're doing all of those things. You guys are praying together. But he still says that he doesn't want to be married. Or he's like, well, what's the rush? He's very casual about it. Who was it? I think his name was Deval and Kadeen. The podcast clip came up and he said, you did pressure me to be married. Why do women pressure monogamy? My question is, why would a man hold you in a space and a place? I did a video about being a placeholder. I'll put it up here. Why would a man use you as a placeholder? He is using you to just soothe himself and to satisfy himself without being intentional and integral about where the relationship is going. And so you have to pick your heart, the heart of staying or the heart of walking away. And you have to know that time is not promised to anyone. This lady who gave 53 years of her life being engaged, that time wasn't promised to her. It wasn't promised to her. Anything could have happened. And you deserve to live a life that, first of all, you deserve to live a life on your terms. You deserve to live a life in your power. And many of us as women have been taught and conditioned to give our power up to a man. So when he wants to get married, when he wants to be on a date, whenever he wants to be an exclusive, we just sit back and we wait. We just wait and we wait and we wait and we wait. Girl, I want him to call me. I want to go on a date. I want to do this. And this is the thing. This is your life too. Why is the decision of being married only on him? Why aren't you guys having intentional conversations about what's needed for you to be married, what married life will look like versus playing marriage? These are questions that you're going to have to ask yourself and become very clear on. All right? Adults have the adult conversations as relates to marriage and relationships. The reason why some women are afraid to have these conversations, right, is because you're afraid that he's going to be honest and say, I don't want to be married. I wasn't honest with you in the beginning, right? You may be afraid that he doesn't see you as a future wife. You may also be afraid, like I said, that you're going to have to leave. So instead of focusing on seeking clarity, you've decided to just be hopeful. Hope doesn't lead to wedding vows. It leads to more time being wasted. Listen, I believe in gathering information. I believe in having conversations. I believe in having and making decisions, even if it's a tough decision that you have to walk away. And I also believe that you should not be treating your desire for marriage as an inconvenience. If marriage matters to you, say so. If commitment matters to you, say so. Okay? If a timeline matters to you, say so. Say so. One thing I want all the girlies to know is that, especially in long-term relationships, it is two people communicating their needs, their wants, and their desires. And it's two people deciding that they're going to evolve in order to give each other what they need for a healthy relationship. If he is already starting off telling you that he is not going to give you what it is that you need, what it is that you want, what it is that is important to you, he has you minimizing, right, what you value because you value marriage, then you're going to have to make a hard decision. But it's going to be the right decision because it's the decision in which you choose you. All right? So, listen, a few things. Don't forget the Girlies Need Boundaries course is on July the 18th. There is a coupon code 1515 off that you'll put in to get $15 off. If you need a one-on-one session, the link will be down below. All right? I know for some of you, this is a hard conversation. This is a conversation that you've probably been having with your girlfriends, that you've been like, girl, or your therapist. But really, we need to be honest and not allow a man to waste our time. Your husband can be out there. What they say, don't let your boyfriend prevent you from meeting your husband. This is Healed and New Sexy.